Hello, everyone. Here's your weather hazard briefing for the first Monday in May, May 5th. We've got showers and thunderstorms continuing today. We actually have a little extra push coming through later on today and tonight with another system dropping in and getting sucked into the main low to our south. But any showers and will last into tomorrow, and still looks like the bulk of the moisture will be across the southeast corner. Also, a little more concentrated in a couple of spots over the central mountains with a little bit of snow up high. We actually, in a couple of spots, could see some snow at pass level overnight tonight, very briefly, causing some slushy road conditions. Otherwise, the big issue with this system coming through is the really strong winds today, especially from the INL northward up towards the Montana border. Satellite shows we have our low off to the south. We have our main elongated trough, and what that means is basically this is a split flow system, and this particular area of low pressure with that main low to the south still has a little bit of energy stretching all the way up into southern Canada. What will happen today is this low will continue to develop down towards Vegas and move towards the Four Corners. This northern end takes off into Canada, but a little bit of that actually strengthens, develops into another low that drops southward tonight and then gets absorbed into that main low well to our south. That's going to help produce more showers and thunderstorms today and those stronger winds up north as well. And we do have those higher impacts up north today for, again, mainly north of Idaho Falls, the north end of the INL up towards Monida Pass. There could be a little bit of blowing dust. Just depends on how wet it is up there and if some of those fields have been taken care of where the dust is no longer an issue. Just some minor impacts elsewhere. We start to see things tapering off tomorrow. Not much in the way of precipitation at all on Wednesday. A few pockets of showers and storms Thursday, and then nothing again as we go into Friday. It's also going to start getting warmer later on this week as well. So going through the day, a few showers or light sprinkles. This might be a little bit overdone here, but just the potential with this, a lot of this moisture around with some of the rain we saw yesterday. Anywhere we have some mid-level clouds, we could see some light showers or sprinkles, but more likely over around Haley, over towards Gooding as well, and then back up through the central mountains into southwestern and south central portions of the state of Montana. As we go through the morning, some of the stuff tapers off to the south, but you'll start to see activity, things redeveloping as we go in the afternoon just about everywhere up north. And then we'll start to see a bigger band developing along the Wyoming border as we go through the afternoon hours. And anywhere today, I would not be surprised to see a lightning strike or two, but the best chance is going to be east of I-15. And you'll notice as that area of low pressure drops south and develops, we really get to see a couple of main areas of precipitation overnight. Generally up around Gilmore Summit, Lone Pine, that area back towards Monida Pass, and then that band stretches down across the Snake Plain into the southeast highlands. That band will slowly shift south and west overnight, and we'll have a couple more pockets of heavier precipitation as we go through the period. And then as we go through the day tomorrow, that quickly tapers off. There might be a couple of showers left over in the afternoon hours. And interestingly enough, most of this is any snow we see is going to be in the highest elevations, but we might have a couple of issues. We might see a couple of inches, especially underneath that band up around Gilmore Summit and Lone Pine, maybe an inch or two of slushy snow up at Monida Pass as well, and even down going across the Bear River Range. But again, nothing really of impact, and it's not going to last very long with the very warm temperatures. If we do actually get some heavy enough precipitation to switch it over to some slushy snow, say that fast a couple of times overnight towards sunrise tomorrow. There is those wind gusts definitely up north. Some of those gusts 45 to maybe even just a little bit over 50 miles an hour up across the INL. Otherwise, all these winds generally coming from a northerly direction. You get down towards the South Hills, over into the Treasure and Magic Valleys. Those winds more northwest, but they'll eventually go north to northeast later on tonight. And not much in the way of precipitation, just most of it be falling today up across southwest portions of Montana into the central mountains. Then we start to see it developing along the Wyoming border, and some of those areas could see over a quarter of an inch, especially if we get a pretty good thunderstorm or a pretty good shower developing. Lighter amounts elsewhere as we go through that period. And today, Temperature's not really that warm across the area. We're going to generally be sitting in the 50s and 60s for afternoon highs, and definitely where we get a few breaks in the clouds, it'll be a little bit warmer today. Going into this evening, those winds continue to be pretty strong up north. We'll see those lasting till almost midnight there, and then start to taper off, but we'll also start to see more of these north to northeast winds spreading into the Magic Valley as well, and those wind speeds will generally pick up a little bit farther to the south and west while they're diminished up to the north overnight. There you can see those light to moderate areas of precipitation shifting westward as that low drops down this evening and into the overnight hours as well. And those winds continuing to diminish, and by morning and tomorrow afternoon, they're really not going to be much to speak of. And looking at those precipitation amounts tomorrow, again, they're going to be winding down pretty quickly. And totals, you'll notice they'll be generally setting around a half an inch to an inch along the Wyoming border across the southeast corner, and there's that little heavier pocket up around Lone Pine and Gilmore Summit. Temperatures for tomorrow, we're looking at overnight lows tonight into tomorrow morning in the 20s up in the mountains, the central mountains, elsewhere definitely staying above freezing. Highs tomorrow a little bit warmer. We'll see more 60s for afternoon highs across the area. Wednesday, like we said, it's going to be a dry day. 70s returning for most of the area. The higher valleys in the mid to upper 60s with overnight lows in the 30s and 40s pretty much. And you'll see those temperatures continue to warm into Thursday and into Friday. Glenn's Ferry, Mountain Home by Friday afternoon, maybe close to 90 degrees. We're going to see areas by the weekend here, especially from Pocatello westward, potentially in the mid to upper 80s for afternoon highs. So again, we've got some rain showers, maybe some higher elevation snow showers, and a few thunderstorms today. Have a great Monday, and do stay safe out there, everyone.